So TFT Set 10 has been out for about a week now, and it's been super exciting. To get you started on your rank climb, we're going over the 5 best comps to climb right now. Let's get started. Starting our list is one of my favorite comps of the new set, Country Reroll. To play this, you want to get to level 7 and slow roll for Samira and Urgot 3-star. Either unit will do as a headliner, so choose whichever you can get first. For Samira's best items, you want 2 power items like Infinity Edge and Giant Slayer combined with the Last Whisper to shred resistance. For Urgot, he needs bruiser items. My 3 favorite choices are Hand of Justice, Titan's Resolve, and Quicksilver Sash. Bloodthirster is a suitable substitute for Hand of Justice. Any extra AD items can go to Akali, or if you have AP items, they can go to Karthus. Just remember, you don't want to play both, so just pick one, depending on your items. Now for your headliner, you always want to play for a country headliner, but you can also play for Executioner or Mosher. Remember, if you get a country headliner, you can drop Katarina for another legendary, and if you get an emblem, then you definitely want to keep Katarina for 7 country, which is super broken. Next on our list is Jazz Misfortune. This comp is a super flexible late game powerhouse. You want to slow roll at level 7 for Misfortune 3 and possible Bard 3-star. From there, other 3-stars are possible to hit depending on which traits you choose to play. KDA and Superfan is the most common pairing, which means you can also hit Nico 3-star. Your main carry will be Misfortune, who should be holding Last Whisper plus either Ginsu's or Red Buff. Her third item will be Deathblade if she is the headliner, but if not, then the third power item like Giant Slayer or Infinity Edge will do fine. Any AP items in the late game can go to Bard, Ziggs, or Sona. As for tank items, Steadfast with Warmogs or any third tank item will do great to make Nico almost unkillable. Once you reach level 9 and 10 in the late game, you want to just round out your comp with Ziggs, Sona, Lucian, and any other choice of legendary you get. Now as for which headliner trait to take, I prefer Jazz, but you can also go with Big Shot and drop a legendary unit for Jin to get 4 big shots. Next, we have Superfan Annie, which is one of the most fun comps in the game right now and is super easy to play. To play this, you want to save all of your gold and roll down all in on 3-1, which is the last level you can be at level 4. If you're not confident you'll hit, then you can also slow roll at level 5, but I like to play aggressive. All you need to do is play 3 KDA and 3 Superfan with Nico, Lilia, and Kennen. For the rest of the game, you just want to add in more Spellweavers as you level up, Echo and Ahri being the main ones to find. Before you have Ahri, just use Seraphine. In the late game, round out your comp with Sona, Ziggs, and either Alawi or Yorick. As for which headliner trait is best, I like to use Emo as it scales well into the late game to get multiple casts off fast. Keep in mind, if you want to go with Spellweaver, then you should drop Alawi for a Mumu, and you can add Yorick over Ziggs for 4 Guardian. Now for items, Annie wants Gnasher's Tooth and Jeweled Gauntlet. Her third item will be Shojin, as she is the headliner. For tank items, Steadfast, Warmogs, and Bramble or Dragon's Claw are all excellent choices. You'll also need Ionic Spark or Static Shiv, so make sure to build one of those when you can. Now for the other Spellweaver comp, we have Ahri Carry. To play this, roll down at level 8 for Ahri 2-star. As for your headliner, you have a few options. Spellweaver, KDA, and Superfan are all excellent choices. Most times, however, you want to play for Spellweaver Ahri as the headliner. KDA is okay to fit 5 KDA, but not preferred, and Superfan should only be taken when you can't afford to pick up an Ahri headliner. Regardless of which you choose, make sure to always go for at least 5 Spellweavers. Once you hit your carry, push for levels 9 and 10 to round out your comp with legendaries like Sona, Ziggs, and Alawi. For items, Ahri's 2 best items are Blue Buff and Gnasher's Tooth. Shojin is a solid substitute. Her last item should be the headliner item Deathcap, but if you need another choice, any AP power item works. Like other AP comps, make sure to build an Ionic Spark or Static Shiv as you'll need it to shred resistances. The last comp on the list is Disco Twisted Fate. To play this comp, you need to roll down level 8 for TF and Blitzcrank 2-star. From there, push levels and round out your comp with late game units like Ziggs, Sona, and Yorick. TF works well with either headliner, as playing for 6 Disco or 4 Dazzler are great options. Additionally, you can choose to splash in other traits. For example, you can drop Nami for Alawi or Kiana. Another option is to drop Gragas for Lulu to give you 2 Hyper Pop for more mana to Sona and Twisted Fate. This comp is flexible with its traits. As long as you hit your core units, you should be strong. For items, Twisted Fate's best items are Morello, Archangel Staff, and Static Shiv. Red Buff is a good replacement for Morello, and if you have Ionic Spark, other AP power items can be played over Static Shiv. Did this guide help? Leave a comment and tell me which comps you've been playing the most. Until next time, I'm Swagadelic.